let's understand the relationship between scatter plots and tables and determine some patterns. So first, what is a scatter plot? Well, a scatter plot is basically a display that shows a relationship or not a relationship between the x and the y axes. So we're looking at two variables. So think about, right, this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis, and generally there's going to be dots, right? Because it's going to show a relationship between these variables, right? This variable down here and this variable up here. So you're trying to see, do these dots show a pattern? Do they show us something? So use the given table to create a scatter plot and describe the pattern you see. So we have years 2015 to 2018. So I'm going to put that down here, 2015, 2016, 2017, and 2018. And then we have the number of subscribers in millions. So I'm going to go by 25s because we want to, we don't want any bias. So we want this to be, our intervals to be equal, try to avoid any bias, right? But these are in millions. So let's just put that over here. Okay. And now we make dots. So in 2015, we are at 62.7. So that's about right there. In 2016, we're at almost 80. So just a little over 75. 2017, we're almost at 100. Okay, we're getting there. In 2018, we're almost at 125. Okay, so this is our scatter plot. Now, this is only 4 pieces of data. Usually scatter plots have more than 4, but it is what it is. So you can see that in general, right, it goes up. This means we have, I would say we have positive correlation. That simply means that as time increases, so do my subscribers, right? So if both pieces are increasing, time is increasing, subscribers are increasing, that means we have a positive correlation, right? And you can see it's going up. So that kind of makes sense in how we think about this. So based off of this, if we were to say, well, what can you estimate for 2019? We would expect it to be higher than 124.3 because these 4 years, it has shown consistent increase. All right, let's do this again. Use the table to create a scatter plot and note the pattern. So now we're talking about months. So I've got January, February, March, April, and May. And we have weight. All right, so I'm going to put a little in my thing here, and I'm going to start at 228 and go by 2. So 230, 232, Oop, I don't know my numbers. Numbers are hard. 232, 234, 236, and 238. Okay, now we can do our, let's just do this as weight, right? It's always good to have labels. So in January, our weight was 238. In February, 236.4, so just a touch over that 236 line. In March, we're at 234.8. Okay, April 231.2, and in May 229. All right, so what do you see in this one, right? We can kind of see that they're going down. So as time increases, weight decreases. So this we would call a negative correlation. So a negative correlation is as one piece increases, the other piece decreases. That's kind of that idea. And again, you can see that pattern by looking at the dots as they move down the screen. Now, the last one that we talk about would be no correlation. So let's just say that I was looking at, I don't know, shoe size and eye color. So blue eyes, green eyes, brown eyes, and then shoe size, right? So shoe size is over here. So we're talking about 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we'd say, well, there's got a couple people here, and then there's some greens and brown, right? And there's just like dots all over the place. And you're like, this doesn't show me anything. Exactly. So when you're looking at this, you're like, these two things are not related, because that's what correlation means, just that the two pieces are related. So null correlation means these are not related. Notice how with positive and negative correlation, we talked about as one thing increases, the other decreases. That's the relationship between the two variables. Or as time increases, the other thing increases. Well, that's positive correlation because they're related. Here, there's no relation, so there's no correlation, and that's what the scatter plot shows us.